cat first. I know we need TV, but cat first. If I had any prayer whatsoever of ever coming back for season 2, and that's when I realized I was.
And it's a testament to the hard work and dedication that she's put in that she's achieved such amazing results.
YouTube is my life. Well, it is now, anyway. I don't know if you guys might not even know this, but for many years I had a show called My Cat from Hell on Animal Planet.
I'm Jackson Galaxy. I'm a musician by night and a cat behaviorist by day.
It went for 10 seasons, about 100 episodes. It was a lot. Anyway, I asked you guys if you wanted to see me do sort of a reaction walkthrough of any episode of My Cat from Hell, which one would it be? This one that we're going into right now was the overwhelming favorite. Let me set this up for you. First season, believe it or not, we were given 3 episodes to either prove that the world was ready to watch a show about cats or to pack it up and go back to my life, which was a lot of pressure. This case was the one, as we were going through, okay, what case are we gonna do? I said, we should do a really high stakes one because I really want to prove what I can do with one where there's no guaranteed outcome. Everyone's sweating bullets about it. Nobody at network or production company wanted to do it, but I was convinced we could do it. This is the episode about a cat named Minibar.
What's the sound you're making?
And let me just tell you, it was about an unsocialized cat trying to become part of a family. And little did I know until the moment I walked in the house, just what I was in for.
When we got Minibar, I was really excited at first. Hi. We were told that she was feral, but was about 70% domesticated and just needed some one-on-one human interaction.
I remember that was the funny part. She's 70% domesticated.
She's being kept in a crate in Brian's wood shop, which is a really crowded space with a lot of equipment and machinery.
So Brian was an architect, which explains this massive wood shop. But the only way they knew that she was eating was the food was gone, and then there would be a trail of poop or whatever that would go back under the wood.
And every day she would be hiding in a different spot.
And he attempted to grab her.
And she freaked out and bit me and scratched me.
He came into the bedroom just gushing blood. And he ultimately got 103-degree fever.
I remember this as well. So, cat scratch fever. That's right. What are the chances that Brian was going to contract cat scratch fever? Now, you got to remember something. First of all, the idea of a show called My Cat from Hell was not, I repeat, not my idea. And I was so worried that people were going to actually go, no, I definitely don't want a cat, you know. Once we, on one of the first episodes, highlight somebody who's got cat scratch fever, suddenly you're like, wait a minute, I can get sick and die from a cat? And again, all of the first times that you go through cuts of a show going, please, can we? But you know, it's dramatic. So I was, again, it was something that I was really, really scared of.
All I want to do is just be able to comfort her by petting her.
Corey identifies success as being touch. It's not just a matter of just being a family member, it's the fact that I can't touch her. And I think that's really hard for anybody to think about, but that then becomes my goal here. When you're an unsocialized cat, then you're always just looking for a place to disappear. Which is why a lot of you guys don't even realize that you have community cats, that you have feral cats in your area, because their job almost is to stay hidden from humans. So when you've got a place like this, you talk about amping up the fear in this cat, the only place she could go was the woodpile. And then there's me. And it's only what? It's only a dozen years ago, but I sure did look different.
I use a Blacklight because it highlights any urine. So if it's outside the box, I'll see it clear as day.
Okay, so we just saw me pulling out my Blacklight from the guitar case. Just to clear up any misconceptions that have happened over time, here's the story about the guitar case. It's real. I was a house call cat guy who was a musician. And it just, one day I was like, I'm gonna walk into this house now with this stuff. And I had a guitar case in the back of the car. I was like, great, throw it in there. And from then on, that was my bag of tricks or whatever. Right back there, that's my guitar case. The guitar case manufacturer, TKL, shout out to Tommy. Turns out Tommy, who runs that place, is a huge cat fanatic. We've stayed close over all the years, and he loved making the new and improved cases every year. We got to add more compartments. It was a lot of fun, but it was a thing, not a TV thing, so you know. On a side note, though, my Blacklight is like this. It looks like you would need a driver's license to operate that thing. It's just like this. It looks like the size of an iron.
Nobody likes a litter box, but I have a serious problem. Like, it really stresses me out.
You forget that people can be so horrified by a litter box. Like, wait a minute, you want a litter box out? You mean out here?
My first impression when entering the loft was, oh, this is lovely and open, and then I turned to the kitchen and it was so packed and crowded, and it reeked of unfinished business.
It reeked of unfinished business. Ooh, Jackson.
She grew up knowing that by hiding and waiting for food source to come to her, she would get fed. She never had to go out and trust. She never was challenged to go and live like another cat would.
Yeah, if anyone ever had any doubt that I had to get back surgery after 9 years of this show, now you know why. Getting under beds, under sinks, begging the cat to come out after, however many hours, that was it.
To help her. I'd like to start talking about how we can seal up. The next step is play. You guys play with these guys?
Bonsai and Fubar.
yeah.
I want her to watch them play.
Having an actual plan gives me more hope about the situation.
Good.
All right, so at the end of my first visit, as I would do in your home, I set homework. This is what I want you guys to do. This is the plan. This is what I hope you'll be able to do before the next time I come here, so that we are able to track progress or setbacks.
I left them with a video camera so they could send me footage of their progress with Minibar. How have things been?
Up until this morning, everything has been, pretty good.
This morning.
Minibar escaped into the wood shop.
So if I remember right, the homework was for Brian and Cray, first of all, the construction work under the bathroom sink, under the kitchen, that crazy area. We just wanted to block unders and not allow Minibar to be there. And the second thing was to have some social experiences. Number one, to bring good things into her life, and also play. And play is a big deal. Trying to find that place where she would start to come out, and also take leads from Fubar and Bonsai. The more Fubar and Bonsai demonstrate to her that, hey, this is cool, this is safe, this is fun, we get all kinds of good things from these humans, then she might take the footsteps, along the social bridge and get us there.
It's time to go find her in the wood shop.
Here it is.
Oh, wow.
And that's when I realized I was
Here she goes.
all of the crew that was working on the show, whether it was from the showrunner to the director of photography, the other camera guys, sound, nobody knew how to film cats and how to deal with their energy and when to back off, when to not follow. Now, of course, they had to do their job, and I was like hyper protective of the cats. So as I'm watching this sort of chase scene right now, I know me. I know I was just like, stop filming. That I was panicking because I could see that she was panicked. And it hurts to watch another being panic. So it was as we were doing this that guys I was working with, some of which I worked with for a couple of years after this, I'm trying to get everyone in that mindset of like, cat first. I know we need TV, but cat first,
Oh, she went inside.
Lucky for us, she bolted right back in.
Okay. Breathe. Quick note about Scruffing, 12 years later. This would be the only time that I would consider scruffing a cat. Normally, if we had all the time in the world, we would have set a trap, we would have waited for her to come out, but I did want to be there because I just didn't know that Corey and Brian really had the wherewithal. She could hurt herself just as much in a trap if it's not handled right. So I just figured since I was there, I would do it. This is one of the only times I would do it, and if you notice, I'm not like holding her up in the air. I'm still trying to support her legs as I'm doing it, but there was no other way that I was going to get her out of there without damage done to both her and me.
I'm gonna go over to Brian and Corey's apartment daily for the next week for some one-on-one work with Minibar.
All right, a little bit of background here. Brian and Corey actually went on vacation, and I was like, well, you know what then? Don't even get a house sitter. I'll stay there. I stayed as much as I could. Every day, I was there for hours and hours and hours, just me and the cats. I fed them, I scooped, I just hung out there as if I lived there. It was the only chance, really, that we were gonna have a shot at this whole thing. This was the last show of our season, the last episode. If I had any prayer whatsoever of ever coming back for season 2, Minibar had to at some point do us all a favor because there was no way. If this failed, there was no reshoot. There was no, okay, well, let's just go on to another case. Let's just, no, this was it. I had convinced these guys to put all their money on Minibar, and at this point, I remember, you can see it in my face with this remote, you know, with the selfie stuff, which was, I don't know, you know. And I love the line right here, which was, no matter how good I think I am with cats, Minibar doesn't care.
She doesn't care.
This is how it's going right over here.
I never imagined that I'd be able to pet Minibar, and after just a few weeks, it's pretty incredible.
That's absolutely outstanding. When I first met Corey, I promised her that she could have the kind of relationship with Minibar that she wanted. And it's a testament to the hard work and dedication that she's put in. She's achieved such amazing results. Tell me how you're feeling.
So, that is how it happened. This moment, it just happened. The look that you see on her face, you know, that was us. That was her and me and Brian, and of course Minibar, and you know, and all of those weeks of just, you know, and camping out at her house, and also just remembering the crew of the show. Everybody was invested. There was tears all around that day. I forgot.
Now she's happy, she's safe. There is no better feeling than that.
I think the thing that I really loved the most was that I had time with Minibar by myself for what felt like a solid week. I hated thinking of trying to get a feral cat to be a house cat. I didn't even like that idea, but I had, you know, cornered myself. But I really did love the fact that in the midst of what was a crazy moment in my life, that I was able to just remember, this is what I do, you know? Boy, that was something. Anyway, you guys, that was Minibar, Fubar, Corey, Brian, and Bonsai, and me. And that was season 1 of My Cat from Hell. So that said, we had asked you guys to let us know which episode you wanted to see. Clearly you wanted to see me get all weepy, so you picked this one. If there's anything else that you want me to watch through and talk to you guys about, all you gotta do is put it down in the comments, tell me what season and what episode it was, and I will, I'm sure, get all weepy again. Or I'll bleed, one of the others, or both. Those were the big bingo ones. Oh my God, Jackson cried and bled. Drink. Anyway, that's it for this time, everybody. In the meantime, let me know what you thought, and until next time, light, love, mojo, and Minibar to you.
Meow.